Hello RC fans, Racing 393, and this is I think part 3 of the immensely expensive hopped hopper build. The picture you see before you is the hopped up version, whilst most of the stuff in this particular car is aftermarket, so it left almost, apart from the obvious, there's a few things like gears and a couple of, what was it? I think it was the gears, axles. Trying to think, there was a couple other bits on the car that had to be used on the standard hopper, so I had to buy them again. So pretty much bought two complete cars. One is standard with an immense amount of power, but they've both got the same power. Both the Ezrun Combo electronic speed controller and brushless system, both exactly the same. They cost about £98 each. So both kits are quite expensively built, but the process was to see just how much I can hop up a basic hopper, and not really to get it going for speed running. We will test the speeds, and they won't be far different, but it's more, is it worth, when you spend all the money on hop-ups, is it worth it? Do you get your money's worth? Is it better? Or does it just look better? So in this video, we start off with the standard one, and then I change. And the reason is I overlooked something really obvious, because I've never built one. And I'm not really I'll search the internet for every nook and cranny to find out about a Grasshopper. I sort of read bits about it over the course of being an RC fan, and lots of other people and channels that I watch cover a Grasshopper, and I may have watched it then, but not took too much notice. And to be honest, the bit I actually overlooked and failed on was when I bought the gearbox for this one. It came with an adapter, like a cooling plate, but that was, from my understanding, I'm still not 100%, but from my understanding, that is for a 380 motor, but it sticks out. So whatever motor you put in needs to be have like a really long armature that sticks out. Anyway, basically, I was trying to put a 540 size motor into a 380 designed gearbox on the original Grasshopper. I didn't realise what I was doing, if I'm honest. So I bought a hop up for the standard Grasshopper, like a cooling blue bit of bling. But in fact, that's if you've got a 380 motor. It doesn't, you actually take that off, which everyone knows, apart from me. You take that off and put your 540 motor in it, and it bolts straight onto the plastic gearbox. In the meantime, because I hadn't thought of that, I then decided I'll do this one, and it had the same problem. And I eventually sussed out that if I take this rather nice cooling engine, engines and motors all the same thing to me, but an aluminium motor plate mount, I took it off, and then the other, or the 540 motor, fitted straight in. So we put the motor in, the immensely massive electronic speed controller with wires everywhere. Got the servo last video anyway, that was in, and put another cheapo Manco, but it works, Chinese Sanwa compatible receiver. I think they're about £25 rather than 80. But you're never sure whether they're going to work properly. And with the hobby grade type of running, so you just run it out on the field or on a runway, it doesn't really matter what receiver you get. But if you're going to race, I'm not saying race these, but I've got them in a race race car as well that I am going to race. Are they as good, basically? So anyway, we put all that in, we get it running. The main problem at the minute on this Grasshopper, I'm itching. I've got fleas. No, I haven't. Is the steering? For some reason, it's crap. But I've got to say one thing. It's probably the aftermarket chassis. I could do with the servo actually going forwards as well as side. It goes sideways, but it could do with going forward. As a spoiler alert, I've since filmed a follow-up of this video, and I've fixed it to the best I can. Upon reflection, when you look at the front suspension and steering setup on this car, it looks knackered, broken, bent, wrong. And I had some real trouble with the front shocks that are not standard Grasshopper shocks. They're the hop-up version. It's a bit of a mishmash. The back's fantastic, so I can't really fault that. These hats, that's probably like it's so tight, digging into my forehead. Right, so in this video, we get the car operative and running. There's still some work to do with it, and there is another video which I have filmed, which will be later on, and you'll see that. So I hope you enjoy the Hopped Up Hopper. Please like and subscribe to my channel to be notified when future videos become available. Enjoy the video. Back on the Grasshopper. Grasshoppers. Now this is the standard one. Pretty obvious. I didn't need to tell you that. A few upgrades with the anti-roll bar and various bits and pieces. But I've got two of these Easy Run brushless combos. So that's the motor that I'm going to put in. It's complete overkill. I've got two of these. I've got one for the hopped up hopper, which is just out of shot. So we've got that to put. There's something else. What else was it? I can't remember where I've put the receivers that I bought. Anyway, I'll look at that. I can't be too far away. I'll let me get some things sorted, and I'll come back to you as I'm fitting bits and pieces. I've got to find a pinion as well, a suitable pinion for the Grasshopper, rather than the standard kit one. Yeah, okay, right, I'm going to get myself a little bit more organised, and then I'll be back. A slight change of plan. I'm going to do this one, because, show them. These are chilies and olives. Surprisingly addictive for some reason. Anyway, the reason this is a little bit of a faff, this is a 18 tooth pinion. Another one there. Well, that's the standard size that you fit into these Grasshoppers, but this has got an adjustable engine mount on it, where the standard one at the moment hasn't. So we're going to attempt to fit this in the car. Got the aluminium shock horror pinion, which is the one for the Grasshopper. It'll do for now. I don't intend to run it too much with that on there, but it should. I've put
the pinion, I think it's 16mm from the base of the engine motor, so it does line up now, which is good. Get this fitted, at least into the gearbox, and then I'll show you when I've done it. Motor in with the right pinion, nice and smooth. Don't quite know where to route the wiring at the minute. Right, speed controller next. Right here, I've got the motor in. It's on a standard, I don't know if I said this, but Grasshopper pinion. It feels fine, you know, it turns and it looks, you know, it's probably going to be completely overkill, as I think I mentioned, but we'll go with it for now. I've just eaten some hot spicy food, and it's currently in this shed 23 degrees. It's about, I don't know, 46, 60, 70, 46, it's over 70 degrees for you Americans. Incidentally, I've got another car here which is in such tip-top condition, it's unreal. I'll try and show you it. Look at this, 3-speed. Can't see any. I'm gonna have to do a video on this, but underneath, it's really good condition. Schumacher Menace. So 3-speed missile. I've got to do a video on that, so coming soon. Right, the motor's in. The motor. The next thing is to move, which I can't. Dog's there. I need to fit the speed controller, which is part of this package, the Ezrun brushless combo system, which is probably again overkill for a Grasshopper, but why not? So not only did I spend $350 or more on hop-ups, we're talking nearly £200, which is, so what is that? I'm using 2 different currencies there, so I suppose all in all £270 in hop-ups, and 200, 300, 4, but pretty close to it's ridiculous, £400 in hop-ups, which basically built another car. So £400 is probably close to $500, close. Mental. I don't know, whoever told you that the hobby is going to be, it's affordable. Buy a Grasshopper. So we've got this. I've got 2 of these. I've got one for the other Grasshopper. So just throwing money at it. Why? 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 Because I want to. That's why. I don't have to. So I shouldn't really complain. Right, let's just take this out. And here you go. Plug and play. I don't know if it has. That's massive. I don't even know if it's going to fit. I also don't know if it comes with any. It comes with some stickers. Some more Hobby Wing stickers. But it doesn't come with anything else. I thought it would have come with at least some double-sided tape, but it hasn't. Right, it doesn't matter. Right, hang on, I need to make a bit of space here, give me a second. So what I'm planning to do is put this, I don't know where, it's going to have to go, it doesn't go long ways or not. Yeah, there. It will still go in, the body shell will go on, the guy, the in-car figure will fit on there, hopefully. Well, let's try it, shall we? Let's not guess. Having said that, there's loads of wires, isn't it? So that's the problem. I've got to put it right at the back, and it will go in. Right at the back, which makes getting the pin out to get the LiPo out quite tricky, but it will go there. It's got to fit right there, and I want the wires away from the driver. It can go there, so I can push that out. This will go that way. I'm quite happy that that could go there. Now, I've now got to think these wires will be fine, so the actual motor wires will go here. I can curve them round and they can go, they'll stick up though, so I'm hoping that won't cause a problem. Then you've got the sensor lead, that's fine. It's going to take a little bit of wiggling about, so I think what I'll do is, there's no point you sitting here watching me fart ass around. So that I can fit that in. I'm just wondering how high that would be, because they got to go in. I don't want these wires to be all caught up. Right, I think I'm going to work at this now, and I'll come back when I'm done. Yeah, hello sir, can I help? Yes, can you give me, have you got any of that double-sided servo tape stuff that's really difficult to get the backing off? Yeah, I've got loads of it. Can I buy some? How difficult is it? Actually, mate, it's almost impossible. No one buys it. Yeah, I'll have some. We're now going to use one of these exquisitely cheap, but they're supposed to work, Samoa receivers. But I've had problems with mine on the Mardave. I think I'm not going to go flat out with it. Right. It looks like it is super smooth, it's ridiculous. So the steering doesn't work that well. I've got to look into that. I'm not going to go flat out with the throttle. But really good. Right. I keep saying that. Right. Well, I'll never go flat out with this. It'll be horrendous. I'm gonna do some wire tidying, and I'll be back to show you with this. I'll probably put the shell on, and then in the next video I'm going to build the standard Grasshopper. So I won't film that unless I get any real problems, but it'll be the second video, and then there'll be a completed part of that video with the two cars done, ready potentially to be run. But I'm impressed with that. That is mental. So the front needs sorting out, I think, because it's a bit heavier. Because it'll be like that when it's running. Yeah, it definitely needs. I'm not going to do the throttle, but left and right. I don't know if it'll turn more. I'm going to set that up, finish this off, and I'll be back showing you the sort of the end result. And there you go. It's all in. Looks alright. Fits. Can't really see it, can you, from there? Maybe I've zoomed in too much. There we go. So the front one's sorting out suspension and the steering. When it goes right down, it looks like it's broken. So it wants definitely something to do with those front shocks. But it's, yeah. What do you think? Where's the other thing on Sky? There. You never told me that was there, Sky. You didn't tell me that. So that would do it for this pit. I'll continue with the other one, which is just out of shot actually, and then I'll be back for part 2 actually. So this will finish this video. Part 2 will be installing this again for the standard Grasshopper. I'm waiting for some. There's one part I'm waiting for actually at the minute. Then we can get these out and do a comparison run once the weather gets a bit better. There's still quite a bit to sort out on this yet. It's mainly the front. The back's fine, but it's the front. Would you reckon? Too much? Far too much money spent? $500? Not enough? Or should I have stuck with the standard one? We'll find out when we open that trigger. We'll see. We'll see for ourselves. I'm just gonna. Yeah, definitely need something to do with that front. Anyway, I'll catch up with you on part 2 of this series of building these two Grasshoppers. Looks right though. I'll catch up with you next time.